you saying that Morocco is Europe?
Yes.
Morocco is not Africa.
No, it's Africa.
Low down my screen.
Guys, this is for our tradition.
Americans are reacting to the racism that ISHOWSPEED faced or experienced in North Africa. We didn't see much of it in Egypt, but we saw what happened in Algeria. I thought Morocco was going to be different, but there are certain things that I have seen in the Morocco videos that it wasn't like physical. It was very subtle, it's something that you wouldn't notice. But I'm here to share with you all the videos. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Let's go into the video, watch, come back and talk.
Moroccans do not like to be called African. Moroccans do not like to be considered African. Moroccans do not like to be associated with the rest of the continent. That's why you lost in AFCON. The real Africans won. Real Africans to the front. Thank you.
So are you saying that Morocco is Europe?
Yes.
Morocco is not Africa.
No, it's Africa. It's part of Europe. Hello, everybody.
So Morocco is part of Europe.
Yes.
It's not part of Africa.
You don't look us? See. Villa, Lamborghini, see. You have a BM. Come to see, man.
Is it this BMW?
In the evening,
Right,
our level now is high.
It's high, more than Europe.
My friend, we are rich.
All right, you're Irish.
Our food delicious.
Really?
We have money all. We are not poor, Morocco. I swear, we are good.
Yeah, I can see.
Good.
Thank you.
Life is good. Welcome everyone.
Welcome to Morocco.
Casablanca, salute all.
Let me start off by saying that in Morocco, there's a normal rule that people live by without even having to say it. If you don't know what something is, don't accept it as a gift. And this is exactly what happened to Speed in Morocco. They gave him what looks like to be a gate bow. Now, he received it during history in Morocco. The golden wrap gift was given to the security. They then turned it over to Speed, which he opened it and was pretty much baffled to see what it was. He's thinking, what is this? First of all, he needs a better security team because he is so big. He's such a big, larger than life figure now that he needs better protection. They can't just hand him things the crowd gives them. Could be anything. Second of all, do not accept the gift, especially if it's a metal from a trade like plumbing, locks, or doors, or hinges. Never do that. Not because everyone's superstitious, but because those items are tied to home, water, and thresholds. And thresholds are where people believe that you can carry one thing from one end to the other. So if someone hands you a gate valve in Morocco and it feels weird, it might be just that. And I wouldn't be holding that.
Guys, look at this. While Speed was in Morocco today, he wanted to buy this West African mask, but many people were telling him not to and that it was cursed. Look.
What?
Look.
No problem. Unless you buy it from the original. A lot of masks are cursed this mask is cursed?
Yes.
Oh, hell no! It's cursed!
No, God. No.
He said yeah. Nah, put it back.
It's cursed!
Just put it back.
It's cursed?
No.
He's saying no, though.
No, he said yes the first time.
No, he's speaking English. He's speaking Spanish.
Now he just wants to get paid. Yeah.
Hey, no, look, be honest. I don't want to get cursed. Listen, I give you the money just to give you the money, but I just want you to be honest.
Okay, no problem.
Is this cursed, though?
Yes.
Yes, no. Yeah, let me put it back.
It is, bro.
No,
it's a West African mask.
How is it cursed?
It's West African.
Yeah.
Okay, how is it cursed?
Okay, quiet.
Everybody to say that like a sword.
What do you guys think about this? Speed, he did not listen to those curses. He thought the mask was cool and he decided to buy it. But just looking at everyone else's faces, you could tell that they were scared. Personally, I think Speed was right. He values African history, and people outside of the continent, they trade these masks all the time with each other, but they would never trade it to an African. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below.
I was wrong. The only country in North Africa that is worth visiting a little bit is Morocco. I was absolutely wrong, and I'm here to apologize to Algeria. I have spoken to so many Algerians in my DMs, and I came to understand that Algeria is just passionate and proud. Algeria will never say sorry, even if they know they are wrong.
Vive Algérie!
Morocco will literally be nice to you in your face while stabbing you in the back. That's what I've learned in the past days. Algeria is better than Morocco. 1, 2, 3, Viva l'Algérie!
Vive Algérie!
What we have experienced from Morocco is wild. How do you take people's lives over a football game? I've never seen this level of bad faith from a group of people. That player wanted to humiliate Senegal. He wanted to humiliate black people. That's what he wanted. He wanted that image of him humiliating black people to exist for the rest of his life. Winning for his country was not enough. It was not enough. He wanted to humiliate black people. But you cannot treat God's favorite people. Yeah. The kind of things we've seen from Morocco this weekend was absolutely asinine. I don't even know how to put this in words. Hey! Go away. Do y'all know how lame you've gotta be to try to cheat and still lose? Do y'all know how lame you've gotta be to literally pay every single referee to make the game go your way and still lose? Morocco, I'm happy that y'all lost. I'm very happy that y'all lost. We are gonna make fun of y'all for as long as we can.
Vive Algérie!
It's 2026 and ISHOWSPEED has me beefing with entire countries. Ever since Speed went to Egypt and then Algeria and then Morocco, I'm running out of room for North Africa on my dead. Algeria treated Speed like a worse than second-class citizen. And he's the celebrity here. But forget being a celebrity, he's a human being. And for the countless paragraphs being sent to me, hi, I'm Coach Zay, and I am not reading all that. Double it and give it to the next guy. I'm not arguing with entire countries about things they already know about themselves. I know this because people from other countries have told me they already know this. They don't go to those places. So while I am covering Speed in all of these different countries, if you're waiting on me to make positive videos about places that don't like me because I look like me, that's some strong hashish. Speed, I congratulate you for everything you're doing right now, including exposing that a bunch of North Africans do not like my people. Oh, and grown man, by the way. Don't believe me? Watch this. I'm not a second-class citizen anywhere, and neither are my people.
Hold on. I'ma say it. Nobody else gonna say it. Bro, I did not know they was racist in North Africa. For one, to be honest with you, I never heard of Algeria. And I don't know Algerians. I never heard of the place. But the fact they were treating Speed like shit over there, bro, it was funny to me because I think it was like the other he went one other place. It was like in Asia. I think he got racism. He experienced a bit of racism over there and prejudice. But bro, they're literally in Algeria. They're literally throwing cups at him, throwing shit. Somebody yelling, "You nigger." Bro, why is it everywhere, bro? Why is racism everywhere? I don't understand what's the hate against black people, bro? We oppress worldwide. It's worldwide. How are we the most hated people? This man went over there to watch a game. A dude trying to tell him, oh, they're throwing things at him because he don't want to be filmed. Bullshit. They don't want to be filmed, so they're throwing things at him. No, bro. They just hate him just because he's him, bro. That shit is sick to me, bro. What the fuck is going on with the world?
A lot of people wanted me to talk about Speed facing racism in North Africa. This probably has to deal with the fact that I said Speed wouldn't face racism when he's around people who also experience the same thing he does and know how he feels, aka most of the people in Africa, but you guys have mistaken. North Africans have always been racist. Morocco, Algeria, these countries are known to be racist. And I've talked to many Moroccans that are in my Discord server, and they tell me personally, like their older relatives are super racist. That's why I'm not surprised by this, because I already know this. Just because they share the same continent does not mean that they're going to be excluded from giving racism out. Especially when you consider the fact that they don't even see themselves as black or the same people as sub-Saharan Africans. Which Speed is, but also the fact they try to separate themselves all the time. I mean, you can go in TikTok comments even and see it with the youth, even African, or they'll say that they're not African in the same association as sub-Saharans are African. that's why I'm not really surprised. I was gonna speak on this, but I'm not surprised by this. If Speed goes down back, like Ethiopia, y'all, I told y'all, he went to Ethiopia and that was literally his best street. And y'all niggas was trying to clown Ethiopia. So I want to hear what's up there.
Needless to say that I immediately deleted the video that I posted about Morocco. Here's something y'all don't seem to understand about us black people, okay? We do not play about our people. We are united by something we cannot change. We are united by our skin color. I see a black person, that's my brother. Unless that black person is weird. You want to be racist to one of us? You are being racist to all of us. Morocco, this was your last strike. We are done with y'all. Y'all figured out a way to beat the racist people in Algeria. Y'all can rest now. We have a new champion. Congratulations to the new champion of racism in Africa, Morocco. I'm just gonna make a general statement here. North Africa, y'all not beating the racist allegations. I don't even know why ISHOWSPEED is still there. Let's go to West Africa. We've seen enough. I really don't think Tunisia is gonna make a difference. So let's just wrap it up and go to West Africa. Morocco
and Moroccans deserve everything that's happening to them online right now. No word of a lie. You guys deserve to be getting cooked the way you are getting cooked. While the rest of the world is crying over the AFCON results, did you lot know that 2 black reporters were found in Morocco? A Malian reporter and a Cameroonian reporter who both went over there to watch the football. They both criticized the referees in the Morocco matches. Lo and behold, they were found miraculously in their hotel rooms. You guys want to come online and be disingenuous. After you lot lost the match, Moroccans were outside. They had bananas on ropes and they were stringing it up, saying the monkeys won it. All we've seen online is freaking ugliness from you guys. And you wonder why the whole world assembled. Bro, even Europeans, Brazilians, everybody was rooting for Senegal apart from you. And we all know why. You guys want to act like you don't know why the world feels the way they feel about you. Because a lot of these North African countries, you don't consider yourselves African, and in the same way the rest of Africa considers themselves Africans. And you carry a very racist and very Arab sentiment, and you met that do you understand, discrimination on the rest of Africa. You guys want to come online and cry, woe is me, woe is me. You lot deserve everything that's happening to you right now. And let me tell you something. You lot are lucky you didn't win that football match, because you were about to become a pariah for the rest of the world. I promise you. So as bad as you lot think it is right now, thank your lucky stars you did not win that match. Because I promise you, you would have become a pariah, bro. I promise you. We all saw the corruption. We all saw everything that's happening. You guys want to pretend the world doesn't have eyes. The world is watching. And as one of the Senegalese players said to the referee, Allah is watching. I know that's a language you lot understand.
So pretty much throughout Speed's, North Africa portion of the tour, when he was in Egypt, he was completely, in my opinion, lied to about a lot of the information regarding the pyramids and the history of ancient Egypt. And then when he went to Algeria, he was clearly called the hard ER while he was in a car, and thrown at, people were throwing things at him when he was at the stadium, to the point where he had to leave early. And now he's in Morocco, and it's kind of 50-50. He seemed to have gotten a better response when he went to the Morocco versus Senegal game, but he still is experiencing monkey noises. And I just saw a video of these guys walking up to him and putting a monkey on his head, and I don't know. I just feel like, I think that it's unfair that the Arab world is not being honest about their history in Africa. I just think that at some point, if we're going to interrogate the word sub-Saharan African, we need to also interrogate the word North African. I think at some point it's kind of unfair to just keep blanketing everything as North African, and we're not really addressing like who these people are, because it's also unfair to even also identify people as a geographical location, but then watch them treat black people poorly and using like racist antics to engage with them. Because my thing is that I think I'm seeing so many people say things like his team should have been more researched and all these things. And yes, there is a degree that his team should have done a little bit more research on the real, true reputation of North Africa. But I think that all of us, everyone, should be a lot more well versed on the trans-Saharan slave trade, the East African slave trade, the Arab slave trade, the Indian Ocean slave trade. Like, I think that more people need to be very well aware of how Islam, how the Arab world got into Africa. And I'm not saying that we need to use this as a way to be divisive. However, I think that we do need to be well versed on who has a historical presence of being racist and enslaving us and using religion to do so, because it's not just the Christians and it's not just the Europeans. And I just find it really unfair that the Arab world is kind of doing this rebrand, especially with like Dubai and all these things. And in reality, there are a lot of things that are happening on the continent today that is still connected to these parts of the trans-Saharan and East African slave trade that were never rectified. And it's unfair when I see people say, oh, there's still slavery in Africa. No, we need to be a little bit more specific. There are slave markets in North Africa, which is controlled by Arab people. Again, I'm not saying this to be divisive. I'm saying this to be historically accurate, because it's really disheartening to continue to see Black Americans go to the Arab part of Africa where there are Arab presidents, where there is a predominantly Arab population, and get treated like this and consistently say, oh, we didn't know, I had no idea. And a lot of it does have to do with the fact that there is a propaganda and there is an erasure of what the Arab presence truly is in Africa. But I think in 2026, especially with what's going on with ISHOWSPEED, I would really advise a lot of people to do your history. And like I said, it's not about being divisive, but we have every right as Black people to know who our allies are and who are not.
One of the things that AFCON on a political level kind of highlighted to me was the sort of breaking down of relationships between North Africa and the rest of Africa. And for me, that is really, really alarming. To be critical of North Africans and my own people, I think that there is this propensity to believe that we are not African because our skin is lighter and we're closer to Europe. That is a colonial idea that is wrong. But then I also see this sort of reaction from the broader sort of African community that argues that, you know, you cannot be Arab and African at the same time, which is not necessarily true, because to be Arab is an ethno-linguistic identity. And generally speaking, most North Africans are pretty distinct from Gulf Arabs and Levantine Arabs. At the end of the day, I think the whole of Africa has sort of swallowed this pill that won't let us unite based on language, skin tone, etc. And it's sad to see, because a united Africa would be unstoppable. Well, where to from here? Well, I would love to see North Africa pivot away from Europe and the Arab world and focus on what is around us, building relationships with our neighbors on the continent of Africa. But a lot of work and dialogue is needed.
I'm going to say this once and I'm moving on. As Moroccans, we're often placed in a strange position. We're told we're not Black enough to be African, yet we're not Arab enough to be Arabs. And that is not a confusion about who we are as Moroccans. Instead, it's a pressure coming from outside ideologies that need identities to fit neatly into boxes. And these ideologies were influenced by Eurocentrism and colonial ways of organizing the world. Reducing Africa to a single image and treating anything that is slightly complex or layered as something that needs an explanation. However, Morocco never needed explaining, because it is Amazigh by roots, Arab by language and culture, and African by deep historical ties and geography. So to me, being Moroccan is enough. I'm not interested in proving identity, performing it, or reshaping it to meet anyone's expectation. As a Moroccan, I carry my identity with pride, not because it fits into every box, but because it doesn't need to. If this resonates with you, I'm glad. And if it doesn't, I'm okay with that, because I'm comfortable with standing exactly where I am.
North Africans are Arabs and not African. What am I hearing? Since AFCON has started this month, I'm seeing so many debates of West African and other African countries saying that North Africans are not African. Apparently they don't want to be North African, but they want to be Arab. I'm seeing that apparently Egypt, Morocco and Algeria is beefing all the other African countries. It is mad. Someone really needs to explain what is going on. I thought Africa was a whole united nation, continent, whatever you want to call it. Turns out it's not. I'm seeing black people on my For You page say, Nigeria and Senegal, please don't let these North Africans win. Please don't let them win AFCON. This is not their tournament. That is mad. You know, I never ever knew that was a thing. I never knew that Africans saw North Africans as like Arab and stuff like that. I really thought you guys were united, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. Also, someone explain, why was Morocco then part of Arab Cup if you guys are African? I'm confused now. Like, I'm not even trying to be rude. Oh my god. The amount of debates I'm seeing is mad. It's mad. And it's not good. I think you guys should all unite. I don't know what's going on.
Come across a video that's literally like, oh my god, North African should be part of AFCON. I'm going to be so devastated if a North African country wins. And I'm like, what? And it's so problematic as well, because you're trying to reduce Africans into looking like a specific type of way or belonging to a certain culture. And that applies to any part, by the way. I'm not coming for any part of Africa, of course. But when it comes to North Africans in particular, we all look different even within one country. Like even within a family, you might get someone who's more melanated than the other, someone with different colours eyes, someone with a different hair texture. Like it's so varied, and there's literally no right way to look African. Like it's so problematic. I think a lot of it has stemmed from like Algeria's match against Congo, and I obviously do think that it was very problematic, and I was really annoyed about it. Like it proper bothered me. But I had a bit of a conversation with one of my friends, and like she kind of opened my eyes to it in a different light. You're speaking about someone who was literally born and bred in the country, who probably hasn't explored much, and who's most likely grown up very ignorant. And by the way, I'm not excusing any sort of behaviours, but I'm just saying like you do have to look at it from different perspectives and not kind of paint everyone with the same brush, which is so bad. But I do think recently there has been a lot more hate I've seen online towards North Africans, being more like, oh my god, they're not African, take them out. And that's not true. Like North Africans are literally in Africa. Every single person's African, and it's so sad to see how like Africa's so disunited when, yeah, it's literally a product of colonialism if you think about it. And by the way, this isn't me like trying to deny that like there isn't issues within various countries where like they will deny like being African themselves, but I do think it has been kind of like made out to be like, oh my god, every single North African denies being African. That's really not true. They have literally went to there recently, and the way a lot of people are so proud, it's really sad to kind of like diminish them and their identity. And again, I'm not denying that there is obviously issues with like racism, denying that being African, anti-blackness, like I'm literally a victim of it myself. But at the same time, it's unfair to kind of group a minority of problematic people as being the entire nation. Like these people are not the face of Algeria or like North Africans in general.
One of the things that AFCON on a political level kind of highlighted to me was the sort of breaking down of relationships between North Africa and the rest of Africa. And for me, that is really alarming. To be critical of North Africans and my own people, I think that there is this propensity to believe that we are not African because our skin is lighter and we're closer to Europe. That is a colonial idea that is wrong. But then I also see this sort of reaction from the broader sort of African community that argues that, you know, you cannot be Arab and African at the same time, which is not necessarily true, because to be Arab is an ethno-linguistic identity, and generally speaking, most North Africans are pretty distinct from Gulf Arabs and Levantine Arabs. At the end of the day, I think the whole of Africa has sort of swallowed this pill that won't let us unite based on language, skin tone, etc. And it's sad to see, because a united Africa would be unstoppable. Well, where to from here? Well, I would love to see North Africa pivot away from Europe and the Arab world and focus on what is around us, building relationships with our neighbors on the continent of Africa. But a lot of work and dialogue is needed.
Anti-blackness exists in the entirety of Africa, and that is one of the reasons that why in sub-Saharan countries the beauty standard is still straight hair and being paler or lighter. Yeah, because of anti-blackness. So find another excuse, manufacture another excuse really fast, okay? Find another excuse. Find another one. Having anti-black people in North Africa does not make us less African. Thank you. That just makes us actually colonized people like the rest of the world.
Bro, there's no way that ISHOWSPEED ran into the Poor Ronaldo little girl in Morocco and didn't even know.
Poor Ronaldo! He's crying in his car! Poor Ronaldo!
So there's this clip going viral where ISHOWSPEED runs into this Moroccan girl with curly hair, and he even ends up asking her if she had curly hair cream on her so he can use for his hair. Everyone thinks it's the Poor Ronaldo girl grown up now.
It's going good. I wish you would have some moisturizer on you so you can curl my hair.
I'm sorry. I literally just opened your stream and I saw you were here and I came running to meet you.
Should have brought some curly hair product for my hair.
So sorry. I can get you some if you want.
Where?
You can call up someone. You can go to my office. It's really close.
Okay, so two things. One, something tells me Speed was flirting with this girl because when does he ever need curly hair products for his hair? And two, that girl cannot be the Poor Ronaldo little girl, only for the simple fact that that video came out like 5 years ago and this girl looks like she's like 21, so something's not adding up. The Poor Ronaldo girl literally looked like she was like 6. I don't know, me personally, I just don't think this is the Poor Ronaldo girl grown up. The age and years just don't add up for this to be the little girl that was in the Poor Ronaldo video. What do you guys think? Do you think that this Moroccan girl is the Poor Ronaldo girl now grown up?
Africa's never been bad. Africa's never been poor. It's just the image that they gave you guys to believe. You know, to always look down at your brothers. But a lot of y'all won't know that, you know what I mean? I'm surprised that people are now realizing what Africa really looks like by watching ISHOWSPEED. We had so much other YouTubers that came to Africa and showed you guys so much parts of Africa that's beautiful and amazing. But I'm glad ISHOWSPEED is actually out there exposing the truth. The only thing I could say is it's the people that runs things over there. But that's a different topic. But Africa's amazing. Africa's beautiful. Africa's the motherland. And don't be scared to go back home. Just prepare yourself. Learn what you need to learn. Be well educated so you can get a great job over there because they're going to pay you very good if you're highly educated. And yeah. Love my African brothers and sisters, man.
The way the American media made it seem like Africa was just people living in huts everywhere. And quite literally, Africa is gorgeous. Like, when you actually look at places, Africa's fucking gorgeous. Why the fuck did y'all not show that to me growing up? Like, literally growing up, I thought everyone who was in Africa lived in a hut. I didn't know that there were beautiful parts of Africa at all, because that just wasn't being shown. But they still exist. I'm like, bitch, why were we not seeing that? Like, I clearly didn't know that Africa was beautiful like that. And y'all clearly did that for a reason. Like, when you start to see how beautiful it is in some places, you're like, oh, okay, this is why you don't show us these parts. Because you don't want us to see, like, oh, Africa's actually beautiful. You want us to have this preconceived notion of what Africa is like, and you want us to judge off of that and only think Africa looks this one way. And that it can't possibly look any other way. Because of the people who live there. Of course. That's just insane to me. But yeah, Africa is fucking beautiful. They lied. Not to anyone's surprise, of course.
This video, you're going to find this Sudanese man explain why Sudan as we have it is not the true Sudan. Now, this is something I've hinted at before. And I've hinted that if you have that copper brown skin tone, you are most likely someone that used to exist in Upper Egypt before all the invasions came in. Upper Egypt was a mixture of people like him and the copper brown African skin tone. And then obviously Lower Egypt had more people, the copper brown skin tone, as we see amongst people from the Horn of Africa. Lower Nubia had a mixture of the two, with this man's complexion being the majority, and then Upper Nubia had this individual. Hence why the Arabs called it Sudan. Listen to him state it.
Sudanese. We are Sudanese. For the real Sudanese. We are the reason why this country is named Sudan. Because if you know the name Sudan, I think you know a lot. So we are the Sudanese. This country is named after us, and we have to take that name first. Instead of allowing it to the people that it doesn't belong to them. Those people are Arab. They are not Sudanese. We are the Sudanese, and we have to take that name back. Suppose our country to be named Sudan instead of South Sudan. They have to take the name North Sudan because they don't belong. They don't suit the names. So we're just wrong place. They're in the wrong place, and we're in the wrong place. We need our place back.
I can't believe that Africa's like that. Africa looks real good, bro. See, when I'm just looking at this, what's it called? People reacting to like the speed stream. It's really quite shocking, like how Americans don't really know about this stuff. Like, then it goes to really show like how much more do they not know? Like, do they not get taught geography like when they're young or something like that, or like in school? Cause like, how do you not know simple, ordinary like South Africa, Botswana? Like, they're acting like everyone's just living in like a hut, you know, Kunta Kinte, like that's what they probably like see, like, and that's what they probably imagine Africa like. Bro, there's a lot more to really that, like, but you know, but shout out to Speed though.
Americans associate poverty with Africa because that's what American leadership wants you to think Africa looks like. The campaigns for, you know, helping that African child, helping them get clean water. America has literally sold African Americans a story or a tale about the fact that all of Africa is just like a third world country. And that's just not true. Like, they purposely showcase the poorest cities in Africa when they're talking about Africa, period, because they don't want you to think that where you came from has, you know, any sustenance. They don't want you to think that life is pretty good out there too. Like, you don't have to live in America to live a good life. But that's what American leadership would want you to think. Life is only good in America, and you know, this is the land of the free, the home of the brave. There are so many things you can do here that you can't do in Africa, and Africa is just this poor ass third world continent. And that's just a lie, like a bold-faced lie. And African Americans really have to stop believing it. I hear way too many African American people say things like, oh, you were living in huts and trees when you were in Africa, because a lot of African people did not come from living in those huts and trees.
So when you watch the videos, ISHOWSPEED'S stream, for instance, so they gave him a dress that is meant for women. If you're Moroccan, correct me if I'm wrong, because the shop, the guy mentioned it that it's for women. Again, the mask that was given to him, they said it was cursed. It's a cursed mask. Why will you give him something like that to wear? And the top that was given to him too. You know, there are so many things that I don't know whether it was intentional or it is some. Listen, I don't want to say much. If you're Moroccan, please correct us under the comment section. Let's know if what we are thinking is not the right thing, because the valve that was given to him, the stop valve that was given to him, the mask, the dress, what was it? Why did they give him such things? This is what I want to know. Why? I thought Morocco was going to be different, because like the reception and everything he had, especially the first day, I don't know. But bro, Moroccans, please explain this to us, because we don't understand. We don't understand, honestly. We don't understand. Why all this? Why? Now he's in Senegal and he's exploring Senegal. Anyway, he hit 50 million subs, I'm sure, today. Explain to us why. Moroccans, please. Thank you so much for watching.